Welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be reviewing a new reality relationship program entitled The One.
The premise of the show is that two main characters, Brent and Ashley, for the season, move into a temporary home and they are required to date two people. Each of them date two people for 6 weeks, and they have to choose from their dates every week for one person to go into a mansion so they can really fine tune and find the one that will have their heart or capture their heart eventually.
And this process is being hosted by legendary gospel recording artist Kirk Franklin and his wife Tammy, who will be guiding and advising both Brent and Ashley throughout the entire process of their journey towards finding the one.
So it looks like an interesting concept and show, and we love the idea of they're receiving guidance as they go. So we are gonna begin with the first episode
Right, which airs on Thursday night at 9 o'clock.
on TV1.
Right, exactly.
So the time may be different in your location, but check it out. I don't expect for them to have anyone throwing hands and all this other stuff. I hope people keep it respectful. But in some of the trailers, you see people cussing and fussing. So hopefully it's not going to go sideways.
Well, I am less confident that that won't be the case, but we shall see.
Well, 12 people
And
in a house dating, it's like, my God.
you know what? I might not be alone. Kirk Franklin might be expecting some fireworks, shall we say, as well.
So we begin with Ashley. Ashley is what, 31 years old?
And a chemist, yeah.
Yes, she's a beautiful woman. She said she hasn't had any luck dating. All of her friends are married or wrapped up, and now she wants to be more intentional about getting her beloved.
Right. And so she decided that she would try something different.
Right.
Now, on the other side, Brett, who might be familiar to you guys, because he has been on another reality-based TV show regarding relationships.
Ready to Love, I believe it was Atlanta, and
Season 2, I believe.
he was tied up with this situation with Alexis, London, and Devon, and he at the end chose Alexis to be his connection, but clearly it didn't go anywhere because he's now on this program. He is 40 something,
Yeah, 43.
43,
Mhm. A
and
real
he's
estate
a
advisor.
commercial real estate advisor.
Right.
He's never been married, has no children.
Right. And
And Ashley, by the way, is has never been married, and she also doesn't have any children.
right, Ashley is looking for a God-fearing, loyal, honest, emotionally mature, and respectable man.
Yeah.
And Brent is looking for a feminine, friendly uh, companion who is all about forgiveness and is also spiritually based as well.
Well, we get to see what Brent really mean by feminine based on his dates.
Yeah, we saw that early, and we weren't the only ones that saw it.
We saw, we saw,
Kirk
we
saw
saw
it right
that.
off the top.
So the couple meet with the Franklins. Tammy pulled Ashley aside and asked her, "Hey, what's going on with you? What has happened so far?" And Ashley starts talking about her relationship with her mom. And evidently, her father is an alcoholic. She wishes that her mom was able to breathe in the relationship. She wants so much more for her mother than she's actually getting. It's disappointing and it's hurtful, and sometimes it makes her feel that that's what she too is gonna experience. And she doesn't want any part of that.
Mm. Yeah, Brent was, I think, a little bit more, um, I guess, reserved in his revealing his background, but he did kind of talk about his past dating experience and how he has, I guess, been accustomed to dating a lot of people in the past while he was single, but he's allegedly ready to kind of give that lifestyle up and settle down and meet the one that he's been or that he claims he's been in search of for a very long time now.
Now, Brent clearly is a player. I'm just going to put it out there based on what see
Not
from
even
his.
reformed. He's not even reformed.
Well, he may be reformed on that day, but it is what it is.
Alrighty then.
Maybe a close proximity to
Hmm.
all that is good is going to brush off on him. But
Hmm.
I find something interesting, and this is it. Ashley and Brent have a good vibe going on.
Yes, they do.
And I thought initially that they wouldn't be a good couple.
Well, I don't know about that from necessarily her end, and the reason why is because she stated what kind of man that she's looking for, and from what we've seen of Brent in the past, that's not him.
All right. So they go on.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Okay.
I just looked at them and they seem to have a vibe. But in any event, we start off with the four dates.
Yeah,
So Ashley goes salsa dancing
right. And her
with
Michael
Michael
and
and
Brian.
Brian. Brian is very tall, but he looks like he sort of is a little hippie-ish
He looks
in
like
his clothing, his
his
selection of
appearance, his
his
representation.
appearance. He needs some sort of level of grooming. He looks like a free spirit
When I first saw Brian, he reminded me of a, a basketball player who just got eliminated from the playoffs, i.e.,
or
James Harden
James Harden.
of the
Yeah,
Philadelphia
yeah,
76ers.
yeah.
And beard and all, that's what he kind of reminded me of him a little bit in terms of resemblance,
Yeah,
right?
Brian is not married or has not been married, and he
Hmm.
does not have any children.
Right.
But Michael is from Mississippi,
Mhm.
and he has two kids. And as soon as he walked in the door, you could see Ashley perked up because he's not hard on the eyes, and she was into him. She loved that smile on him, and they went salsa dancing. So the instructor came through and was showing them different moves and what have you, and she got to dance with both of them. Michael was a little stiff, but Brian had a little something in those hips. So, it is what it is. And Brent, his dates were
His dates were Lisa and Michelle. Brent decided to have Lisa and Michelle meet him at a workout facility
it
slash
was
boxing, yeah,
Mayweather boxing.
Mayweather Boxing Center, where they would get in that boxing or sweet science workout.
Yeah.
Yep,
But
and
but I find it interesting that he chose an event where they gotta wear some basically show their bodies off. That wasn't by coincidence.
no, I don't think so either.
Just saying. For Brent, he looks smooth, so but you can see what he's doing. You can see
Yeah,
what he's doing.
yeah, he had a game plan, didn't he?
Sure enough.
So he wanted to see. Well, let me that's. I'm not gonna. No, this is episode one. I can't go off track. I can't go off on a tangent already, y'all.
He wanted to see the bits and the pieces. That's all I'm gonna say. But Michelle came through and
Michelle
Michelle
was
is a
trainer,
trainer.
fitness trainer.
Right.
So she could kind of vibe with on the hands at a punching bag and getting that workout, that cardio workout going.
Because Brett said at one time in his life he too was a trainer.
Right, right. So they had that in common.
Right. Melissa, she came through and he had his eyes on her. Melissa was a little forward and she had a game plan and she was sticking to it. She wanted to throw that body in him a little
Do
bit.
the body yada yada on him.
But hey, they're off to the races. And meanwhile, he separates them now and asks them, "What is it you're looking for?" And Michelle came with a hard sell. I thought it was too hard. She was telling him how important it is to get someone who is equally yoked and who could match his intensity with fitness and all these different things. He asked if she wanted kids. She said she did have what, a child?
I think one, yes.
One child. And he evidently wanted two children. She said that one is fine for her.
Hmm.
And then she acquiesced to say, okay, I'll have two.
Hmm.
When he asked Melissa, She had two kids,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't mind as many as he wanted, basically. And he was good with that. But both women are beautiful and attractive ladies. So he clearly has a choice, but one is a little more sexually aggressive than the other. And that's the one he seemed to lean to. So they all meet at the house. Brent and Ashley talked about their dates.
Right, with Kirk and Tammy.
Right.
And I think that if I can recall correctly, Ashley was very impressed with both of her dates. She was especially physically attracted to
Michael.
Michael, and she made that very clear to Tammy. And Tammy started smiling a little bit, and she gave props to Brian as well because I didn't think that she was necessarily physically attracted to him, but she definitely liked the way Brian moved and liked his conversation and all that, and she was feeling attracted to him that way.
Brian caught her with his words,
His
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 intensity. When she said when they
his
were
mouthpiece. His
salsa
mouthpiece.
dancing, he was staring,
He was
he was
staring through
looking
into
at
her soul,
into
right?
her soul.
That's a deep
That's
look
that's
right
a
there.
my God, that's a look
Mm.
to reach her soul. Lord have mercy.
Took her by surprise.
Brent, for his dates, he thought they were beautiful women,
And that there wasn't much
and
really
there was a
really
whole
wasn't
lot
much a
of
difference.
daylight
Right.
between them.
Right.
He was splitting hairs about one, hesitating about the children,
Right.
and but
Right.
that was nonsensical to begin with.
Yeah, maybe a little superficial,
Yeah.
maybe. Got me kind of chuckling a little bit was when Kirk Franklin saw what Brent was looking at in the form of Melissa. He's like, "Oh, I see
Yeah, later, the
why
Franklins
you
came back to the house while
right,
the dates were there
right,
to sort of mingle and find out who these people are that they're interested in. Melissa introduced herself, as well as Michelle
mm-hmm,
and Michael and
Brian,
Brian. Melissa was wearing this red dress that was very thin, and she had a slit at the side, so it was, she could see the side of her TNA. Um,
and
and
Kirk made an observation about how Brent was looking when she rolled through. He
right,
was like, that boy had this good booger booger look in his eye.
and he
Mm.
said something about it. She wasn't wearing her baptismal.
And 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 Tammy was probably like, got a witness, boy. I saw her. Yeah, I saw her too.
She has a glass of wine. She's leaning back. She's showing him the goods. And she, of course, is drinking the wine in a way that indicates she wants him, and her eyes
Seductive.
are telling him what she will do with him when she gets that opportunity. And once she was finished, she told the camera that he not gonna choose Michelle because she put it on him already. When Michelle came over, Michelle was dressed nicely, of course, but she didn't have the stuff out, and she was very pleasant and beautiful and charming. But he wasn't into her as much. You could clearly see that. And when Ashley she met with Michael,
Mm-hmm.
they had a conversation, a deeper conversation, and Michael said that he had two kids,
Mm-hmm.
and she wasn't really good about that. She didn't feel like
She was hesitant.
she was the two kids, of course, that she even asked him if there were two women, and
Well,
he said
yeah.
no, there was one, and she said thank God. Brian did not have kids.
Mhm.
And came back to the set, he and his wife, and asked them, well, are you ready now to make a decision? And of course, um, Brent chose Melissa, the one in the red dress, and Ashley chose Brian. And the reason she said she chose Brian was because his conversation was on point, and he did not have children. Both Brian and Melissa will be going to the mansion. So we have 5 more weeks of that. They're choosing people to end up at this mansion that they will coexist with each other until the decision is made. That's basically all we have. More will be revealed. It's a promising beginning. We will have our opinions.
Let the church say amen.
I'm happy that both Tammy and Kurt are checking in with the couple and the people that they're dating just to keep them on point.
After 27 years of marriage, I think that they are more than qualified to
Absolutely.
be advisors to all of these singles trying to meet the one.
Right.
They've been there and done that over, over almost 3 decades.
Right.
So I'm hoping that they're taking that into serious account as they move through this process. And
Right.
when I say they, I'm talking about all the singles, whether they're chosen or not.
And I heard a story from Kirk and Tammy. They were on the Breakfast Club. And Kurt told them how, Tammy rather told how she and Kurt met. And she said she went to an amusement park and she was with this guy and he was getting on her nerves. So she came outside and she had some sort of bag. And these guys came up and took the bag from her. And he told the guys to give her the bag back. And they did. Uh, but what she did not know is that Kirk asked his friends to go up to her and take her bag because he wanted to meet her, and
Also, it was a creative way to meet the young
he
lady,
wanted to
get to
assume
know
the
her.
role of hero because he got them to give her the bag back.
So he got creative with it right off the bat. Huh? He had a plan.
He had a plan. The plan was executed correctly
Hmm.
because they're still together.
Hmm. Yeah, I
So
thought that was pretty creative, don't you?
yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
So we'll see you next week. We thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. This looks like a fun, wholesome show, hopefully.
Yeah, and in your
Fingers
comments,
crossed.
yeah, exactly. And in your comments, let us know if you guys saw it too, the first show, right?
Right, because it's a new show
Right.
and it seems like it's going to have legs.
And we like this one, but there was one behind this was shall we say raggedy that we're
Yeah,
not going to even think about.
that's a non starter for us.
Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend, not so much.